I'm going to share with you my half-term highlights from today in the form of 5 evening gratitudes. And I've just been upstairs to carry my littlest, my 3-year-old, out of my bed into a double bed with her big sister, because we're in an Airbnb here and there are 4 beds. So I put them in across the bedrooms into the 4 beds, but then for me to go to bed, I've had to pick her up and bring her into another bed along with her teddies and her little smelling blanket that she has. And then I've kissed them all goodnight, and they all look so super cute with their teddies and their blankets all snuggled up. And when we came to the B&B and they saw it for the first time today, they get so excited about everything. You think that they've never been on, I say holiday. We've come up to Birmingham to visit family, but we've got our own place this time to spread out. And when they saw the square plates, they said it was the best day ever because they're not used to having square plates. And then they saw a rack that they could put their shoes on and line up their shoes. They were really excited about that. And they just spent the first 10 minutes running round, absolutely amazed at all these different things they could find in the house. And so then the third thing was, our trip swimming, which was hilarious. When I walked in, I could see the lifeguard. There were 2 or 3 of them, and they love rules, lifeguards, and I know that they're there for a good reason, but I think they could see that I was a bit rebellious. And I walked straight up to the deep end. This is a swimming pool that I've been going to since I was a little child and learnt to dive. So I came out the change rooms, went straight to the deep end for my dive. And then swam up to my children who were on those big floats, you know, the ones that are massive that you can climb onto. I remember we used to get up to about 4 people on those floats. Anyway, it seems to be like a one float per person rule these days for health and safety. So anyway, I climbed up on this float and didn't think anything of it, even though I was the only adult doing it. And then the lifeguard, I could see he was getting his whistle out. He didn't need to use the whistle because I spotted that he clocked me and he was trying to do some arm signals to tell me. Well, that's the thing. I didn't know what he wanted to tell me. So I was then frantically trying to hand signal back to him that I didn't understand and trying to like some random game of charades. So anyway, he had to come all the way round and have this discussion with me, which wasn't even that important. No rules were broken and we carried on doing what we needed to do. And and you could see him and his friend when it got to like the hour session at the end. One of them had the whistle, like watching the seconds on the clock and like waiting to blow it for a whole minute or 2. And the other one was at the sound system next to them with their finger ready to press the button on stop for the music. The music was great, by the way. Again, they were like looking to blow the whistle at me when I was doing some kind of dance gymnastics in the water along to the music. But again, they didn't quite have the grounds to tell me off. And so yeah, when it was 12 that our session finished, like both of them on the mark blew the whistle, turned the music off and like shouted out their rules. I think they'd been waiting to do that for the whole session. So anyway, we love the swimming. The kids' favourite thing is family swimming, especially when the floats come out and it's playtime and it's not lessons, it's just free play. So what are we on? That was like number 3. Number 4. Another gratitude as I don't know, I'm lost. Just having my parents around to again take some of the pressures off a full day of parenting, having that breathing space. And the children absolutely love spending time with their grandparents and vice versa. And so it's really lovely to come here and give them that change in routine and that special attention from more adults is really great. And I guess the last gratitude is having the freedom and the ability to do what we like at half term, not having the pressures of work, being a stay-at-home mom, and choosing activities that we all love to do. Oh, I didn't mention, we played a board game today after dinner. And it's for 8+, it's called Payday. And it's a game that I used to play when I was little, and I loved it. And it's kind of like a Monopoly thing in that this game can go on forever. You play month by month. And I decided, because we didn't have much time before bed, I was going to play 1 month, which was enough. We all got through the month. It was dramatic, but there was no tears. And we all came out of it with no loans, no debt. In fact, we all gained money. We got our salary at the end, and we are ready to go into month number 2, which I'm assuming is going to be an after breakfast activity tomorrow morning. I've left the same game out with the counters, and from my first gratitude, the square plates. They're going to be so excited. I'm putting the square plates out for breakfast with the bowls on top of the plates. So like, and with the cutlery set out, and there's flowers, they're fake. Either way, that's in the middle of the table. So they're going to come into a dining room, which we don't usually do at home. A dining room that is laid out, that looks all special for their breakfast. They're not going to be able to contain themselves. And that's today. We're on Tuesday, and it's the half-term highlights. That's my 5 gratitudes for today.